in real life as he seems in his videos. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend, Mr. Charlie Berens!
It's good to see you guys. Hey, where are my Patriots fans at? Okay, God, I am so sorry for what Aaron Rodgers did last night. I mean, it makes you feel any better. He never did that with us, okay? I came out of nowhere. Where are my Packers fans? Wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you guys. Should we do a little go picture? Go back, go, okay. That was very little enthusiasm, but what I really wanted to do with you Packers fans, do you guys remember? Where are the Packers fans again, real quick? Okay, good. Now where are the Bears fans at? Where are the Bears fans at? Awesome. Who wants to fight right now? No. Oh man, Bears not doing so bad yet, you know. In a few weeks. Vikings fans, do you have any Vikings? Oh, that was the most Vikings cheer ever. You guys have like the weirdest chant in the NFL. The skull chant, you know. If you guys, if you're not a Vikings fan, maybe you haven't seen it, but the skull chant is just this. It was like some Vikings fan went to a white wedding, looked at the dance floor, found the uncle who everyone swore got put in an Uber 45 minutes ago because he was too hammered, saw him dancing to the YMCA. It was like, that's our chance! Anyways. We're having a great time here in Boston. We were out last night. We were going to a couple of the bars. We were going to go to the TAM. You guys ever hear of the TAM? But I didn't have all my shots, so we went to the fourth wall. We had a good time. Then we were doing a little sightseeing. I wanted to go see Paul Revere's house today, so I put in my GPS directions to Paul Revere's house. And Boston Siri told me it's about 32 dunks away, and I should go F myself. So that was cool. And then we saw a lot of cool things. We were actually, if you can show this, we saw John Hancock's. Sorry, Bill wrote that joke. So stupid. Oh, and then we went to the old South deal, you know, the Puritan meeting hall and everything, and we were down in they had a gift shop, and there was this Ben Franklin tour guide that came in, and he wanted to use the bathroom, and the guy down there said, no, you can't use the bathroom, you have to leave. I was like, dude, this is Ben Franklin. This guy invented electricity, all right? At least let him take a wicked piss. What is wrong with him? I just wanted to say wicked piss in a way that would sound natural. Anyways, wow, you really are 12, aren't you? I was looking for him. I was like, where's this freaking 12-year-old at? Right there. Who brought you to the show tonight? What's your name? Will. And your parents brought you to the show. Where are your parents from?
Province.
They're from Province. Are they a fan of mine or a fan of Bill's?
Yours.
They're a fan of mine. Okay, cool. And did you ask them on the way here, like, do you guys really think this is a good idea? Just let it roll. Well, nice to see you, Will. Okay. All right. Yeah, give him a big round of applause. Mention that as we go. Anyways, we were driving around the Midwest on tour, and we were behind this one car last week. And this, first of all, let me say this. You can never judge a car by its bumper sticker. Can't do it. Well, unless you can, okay? Unless it's a coexist bumper sticker, then yeah, that is on a Subaru, absolutely. And there's definitely weed in the glove box, you don't even... But we were behind this one car, and this car had 3 bumper stickers on it. First bumper sticker says, "Keep honking, I'm reloading." Second bumper sticker has a picture of a gun, and it said, "We don't call 911 around here." I don't know why I just gave that bumper sticker a southern accent. Third bumper sticker, "Baby on board." And it was a 2-seater pickup truck. And there was no baby in the bed. So I don't know, they must have hit a pothole or something. But that second bumper sticker really got me thinking. The one that says, "We don't call 911 around here." Really? Never? What if you're having a heart attack? Does your wife just take you out back like your old yeller? You know? I mean, I just imagine this guy sitting on his Davenport. It's a Saturday afternoon. Sorry, if you don't know what a Davenport is. For all the people who say laga instead of lager, I had my first laga last night. I can't even say it the way you guys say it, you know. My accent's a little bit more sophisticated, you know. Anyways, Davenport is where you sleep after you've been naughty with your spouse, all right? So I imagine this guy sitting on his Davenport, you know, and he's having chest pain. He goes, "Martha, I'm having chest pain. Call an ambulance." "Sorry, Daryl. You must have forgotten about the rules around here, because we don't call 911. Oh, got you in the kneecap. Hang on. Quit your squirming, you silly goose. Open up for Mama's submarine. That's a weird joke to start the show, but here we go. Very New Hampshire joke for the show. Live free or die. I would like to welcome the balcony tonight. I would like to welcome the... Oh, boy, hey, I didn't realize this. We got the Abe Lincoln seats out. That's sweet. Watch your ass, you know? Are you guys in the John Wilkes booth, or is that you guys? Anyways, no, I'd like to welcome the balcony. I'd like to welcome the deep balcony. How are you guys at the top of the door? Good to see you guys. You're the reason we started the show late with the friggin' beer lines, aren't you? I respect it. I respect it. I do. You guys are Midwest cheap. Save money on your seats. Spend it on the beer. Good for you. That's where my Grandpa Bob would be sitting if he was here. He'd be right up there. There was this one time that my Grandma Sue, her dentures broke, and so my Grandpa Bob said, "I'm going to fix these. I'm going down to the basement." And my grandma started freaking out. She called my dad. She said, From there, it was a hostage negotiation. Took my dad 20 minutes to get my Grandpa Bob to put down the Black & Decker. He eventually did. Now I gotta ask, East Coast, do you guys have East Coast cheap the same way we got Midwest cheap? Is there anyone from the East Coast here that's got some cheap? Yeah, what have you done that's kind of cheap?
I'm just thinking, my dad definitely had a car that was probably 20 years old when I was probably 10 and had no seatbelts.
No seatbelts? Well, I mean, why would you need seatbelts if you got a perfectly good ratchet strap, you know? That's perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, I was thinking, you know, like you guys may go to New Hampshire for your Zins or your booze, your tobacco products. We got that in the Midwest, but Midwest cheap, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's not cheap. It should not ever be misconstrued with cheap. Midwest cheap is very different. It's frugal with flair, okay? Also known as frugality, which is French for, are you gonna finish all those fries? It's a beautiful thing. People call me cheap all the time, and I say, no, I am Midwest cheap. Like, for instance, my suitcase broke the other day. Okay, now here's what a cheap person would do. A cheap person would buy a new cheap suitcase off of Amazon. Not me. Not me. No. Why would I buy a new suitcase when I got a free ratchet strap hanging in the garage? You just strap that sucker up, slap it, say, that's not going anywhere. Which is exactly what the TSA said, and I am without toiletries. Now, a cheap person will buy their glassware from the Dollar General. Not me. I don't buy glassware at all. I just buy pickles, and the glassware takes care of itself. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see we have some rich people in the audience. Hang on, let me redo that joke for you. I don't buy glassware at all. I just buy cashew butter and the That's for you. Now, a cheap person is going to go to a Motel 6. Not me. I'm not going to a Motel 6. Hell no. I am driving to a Holiday Inn and sleeping in my car in the parking lot. Because then I wake up in the morning and I walk inside, boom, free continental breakfast. And I look around at the table, see if anyone left their room key. Now I have pool access and I can shower in the pool, all right? I wasn't born Midwest cheap. You can't be born Midwest cheap. I had to be raised Midwest cheap. Luckily for me, I had the best teachers of Midwest cheap, my parents. I am one of 12 kids, as John told you. Yes, Jesus was involved. Thank you very much. My mom could make it rain with Kohl's Cash, ladies and gentlemen. She could turn a recipe of 4 into 14 like that. When it came to casseroles, my mom was like Jesus with the fishes. Everyone get a plate. Everyone get a plate. And there was enough for 2 Cool Whip containers of leftovers after that. Just like the Bible said. I grew up wearing like exclusively hand-me-downs. First it was from my uncles, but then it was from everyone in the neighborhood because they knew that we had a lot of kids, so they brought all their stuff over to our house because the Goodwill was another 15 minutes away. Like, I grew up wearing shirts for things I never accomplished. Harvard rowing. I can't do either of those things. That's how I got my first soccer jersey, actually, was this hand-me-down pile. Now, growing up, I didn't actually watch professional soccer, because I had friends, but what are you going to do, kick me? What's the point? Anyways, I put this jersey on, you know, I figured I'd test it out. I was like, soccer, you know, why not? I get into class, and this girl from the back of class goes, "Are you wearing my uncle's Dart League shirt?" It's like, is that why this smells like cigarettes? Jeez. And my dad, he never paid to renovate our house. No. Why would he hire a construction crew when he could just make a construction crew with my mom? At a very early age, we were doing all the home renovations. We were taking down the drywall. We were putting up the wallpaper. We were removing asbestos from the basement. Standard stuff. Sorry, this cough has been lingering for the past 4 years. I don't. No, I remember this one time. I was fixing this extension cord. My dad, I mean, look, here's the thing with my dad. He, taught us all how to do stuff, kind of halfway. And then he would get mad. I was putting tiling down in the basement, and he was like, you're letting the glue seep up between the tiles. The hell is the matter with you? I was like, Dad, you know that 4 kids doesn't equal 4 men, I mean... And then I was fixing this, I was doing the hedges, okay, and there was an electric hedge trimmer, and I accidentally cut the extension cord. But my dad taught me how to fix an extension cord, so I started splicing it, all right? But my dad always only taught us, halfway. He taught me how to fix an extension cord. He taught me how to splice an extension cord. What he did tell me was you have to make sure the extension cord is not plugged into the house. And that was the first time I was electrocuted. It was nice. And after that, I decided to get a little smart. I was like, Dad, I just got electrocuted. Do you think I can get some workman's comp? Well, compensation. By the way, are we getting paid for any of this? And let me tell you, that is the wrong question to ever ask your dad. He was like, you've already been paid with a roof over your head, 3 square meals, and by the way, character. Oh, that really stretched my slinky. I'll tell you that right now. Because character is not going to buy you a Dunkin' Yo-Yo, okay? Character is not going to buy you a Bop It. Character isn't going to buy you Gap, all right? That list was exclusively for the 90s kids in there. Like that joke, you got these wrinkles coming in right here. So I found a little loophole, okay? I figured if I got a real job, well, then I couldn't be put to work for free. So I got my first official job at the age of 12 years old. I was working as a caddy. Now, I said this when we were doing a show in California, and somebody shouted back, that's child labor. It's like, that's not child labor. 12 years old working as a caddy, that's called a part-time job. Child labor is very different. Child labor is what made the golf bag. Oh, it's true. It was a Nike golf bag. That's where Nike got its slogan from. Just do it! So... Anyways, as a caddy, you have to learn all these dumb rules. One of the rules you learn is you must cup the club heads when you walk, so the club heads don't rattle. Because golf is a very serious game, and you must not disturb the middle-aged men from hitting on the underage Bev Park girls. That is not okay. Cut to me walking up to the 9th hole. Because I was 12 years old, guys. I forgot to care. Okay, so I get up there, I hand the putter to my member, which is a very weird name for a 12-year-old to call a grown man, but anyways. I get on the putter, he putts, and he misses by 10 yards. It wasn't even close. And then he gets mad at me. He's like, do you know what was in my head that whole damn time? I was like, you should probably take up tennis. I don't know. He said, all I could think of was the rattling of those clubs in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, if you are this bad now, just wait till you figure out I lost your 9-iron. That was kind of my calling card. I lost an iron every other round. I lost so many irons, they called me an anemic caddy. And I didn't think it was very funny either, frankly. But I said I was sorry. I says I'm sorry, And that is really something that stuck with me to adulthood. I am always saying I'm sorry. always saying I'm sorry because I'm a Midwest guy. I'm trying to be overly polite, you know, like, oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Oh, sorry, you stepped on my foot. That's my bad. Sorry, I brought beer into church. I didn't know. I'm not really a wine guy. Thought it was BYOB for the JC. I am always saying I'm sorry. I never mean it, but I always say it. Plus, I got a lot of reasons to be sorry. Because I got a scotch of the ADHD. Just a scotch, yeah. No, but it's still there. I even went to the doctor. I went to the doctor and I got it official. And the doctor asked me, he said, what makes you think you have ADHD? And I says, well, Doc, let me tell you a story real quick, okay? So I was in church the other day, and I was listening to the priest talk about Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and eating the forbidden fruit, you know, or something. I was getting yelled at for bringing a beer in. But anyways, I started looking around, though, and everybody on their phones. You know, they were following along in their online Bible. I says, I know that trick. I do it every time the Packers are playing. But then I started thinking about everyone on their phones. I started thinking, Doc, about artificial intelligence. And do you know that right now, every time we touch our phones, we are contributing to artificial intelligence? And these billionaire tech guys, they're becoming trillionaire tech guys, taking our data to train AI to take our jobs. Isn't that crazy? And soon, Doc, these robots are going to be 1,000 times smarter than us. And then they're going to put them in these humanoid robots that are like 700 times stronger than us. Well, if they're smarter than us and stronger than us, then Doc, why do they even need us? Now, I know what you're thinking. How could this be legal? Well, it's legal because these billionaire tech guys are bribing Congress. Sorry, I didn't mean bribing. I meant lobbying Congress. All right? But that's not the way it should be. It should be everybody should get a voice. So let's do this. Let's call our congressman right now. We'll do it together. We'll do it together. Here, actually, first check out this TikTok video. Isn't that... No. We can't watch a TikTok video because if we watch TikTok, then we're giving our AI data to China. And if their AI is stronger than the U.S.'s AI, then we are screwed in the New World Order. I don't know, Doc. Sometimes do you feel like we're in the Garden of Eden all over again? And maybe we've already eaten the forbidden fruit? Is that why there's an apple on the back of this damn thing? Jeez Louise. And before I could even finish answering his question, he handed me a prescription for legal meth. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's not my first run-in with the doctor. I had to go to the ER recently. And I'm fine, thanks for none of you asking. I had to go to the ER because I cut the ball of my foot. Oh. And I had to get 8 stitches in the ball of my foot. Now that's the bad news. Here's the good news. Fellas, if you have to cut one of your balls, I am telling you, the ball of your foot is the one you want to cut. Alright? Now here's how I cut the ball of my foot. I was swimming with my buddies in this pool that we found, and I said, fellas, can I interest you in a little game of mermaids? And mermaids, if you don't know, it's a game where you swim underwater as long as you can on one breath of air. And before you ask, no, I was not drunk. I was the other one. So anyway, all my friends go, and I wanted to show off and lap them, you know, so I got to the other end of the pool, and I kick-flipped off that end of the pool, and on my kick-flip, I sliced the ball of my foot. And don't worry, as soon as it was clear that I was in trouble, my buddies jumped into action. My one buddy was like, oh my gosh, we got a bleeder. I'll get my belt. I'm like, dude, you're a 44 waist. What the hell is that going to do in this moment? My other buddy comes running over. I think we got to pee on it. I'm like, put that thing away. I'm not a jellyfish. Finally, my third buddy was a nurse. He came over with a t-shirt, wrapped up my foot tight, put me in the car, took me to the ER. But on the way to the ER, I was getting so paranoid because I couldn't feel my big toe. And I was like, Tom, do you think they're going to have to amputate it? And he says, no, I think the gummy bear is just kicking in. Fun fruits. Gotta stay away from them. Only have 1 hour, all right? So we get to the ER waiting room, and I'm still paranoid. I know Tom said I was okay, but I still could not feel my toes. So I did what everybody does when they're concerned about their medical situation. You Google it. And I came across WebMD, and I found out I was not okay. No, I had 3 cases of the cancer, 1 case of the rubella, which I'm pretty sure is a lettuce, and the oral herb. And I was like, all right, I can't keep doing this. I gotta Google something else, take my mind off it. But Google saw that I was Googling all these feet things, and so they recommended me the website WikiFeet. I'll explain WikiFeet for all of you pretending not to know what it is. WikiFeet. It's a website where people upload naked feet of celebrities, barefoot shots, toe pics, for people to rank and take pleasure in somehow. And I use the term celebrities very loosely, okay, because I am on WikiFeet. And I have a 4.2 rating. Don't woo that. Get on WikiFeet right now. Give me a 5-star review. I gotta get that up there. I got great cuticles. My Uncle Jack actually, and you know what, before I go into that, I gotta ask, are there any hunters in this audience? Woo! Very lackluster crowd. Are there any vegans in this audience? Thank you for your silence. I appreciate it. What's that? Your husband hunts vegans? I don't know. We got a felony going on here. I don't know. The most dangerous game. Yeah, I was going to do a lighthearted hunting bit, and then we found a serial killer. Very Wisconsin of you. Thank you. You're from Boston and he hunts vegans? You should be in New Hampshire with that kind of... oh my gosh. Here are a few... do we have any pheasant hunters? Any bird hunters? Okay. All right. I got to explain this. Here, my favorite kind of hunting is going out with pheasant hunters, especially the guy with the dog. Because the guy with the dog will never shut the hell up about his dog. He's like, oh yeah, we got Macy trained up real good this year, I tell you now. Professional trainer, it was a little spendy, but me and the missus says it's worth it. Just don't tell the missus if you see her, but I promise you, when we're out in the field, that Macy will never leave my side unless I say, Macy, it's time to get the birds. Cut to us in the field. Macy, get your ass! He's got the electric shock collar, just there's Macy over there, just vibrating like an Applebee's buzzer. But eventually, it's going to work, and Macy is actually going to go on point. All right? There are 2 types of bird dogs, by the way. There's a flusher and there's a pointer. Okay, the flusher is a wolf that they bred with a ferret. It's like, where's the bird? Where's the bird? And the pointer is a wolf they bred with your stone friend at the Pizza Hut at 2 a.m. There's the bird. Tell me when I can eat that. So eventually the pointer points out a bird. All right, and the owner gets so excited this actually worked, he is also going to go on point. All right, everybody get around. There is a bird in this bush. We are not missing it this time. Let's go. All right, so You get a hunter here, and you get a hunter here, and you get a hunter here, and you get a hunter here. Now, if this little birdie's smart, he's gonna fly up, up, up to about 5'6", drop down, boom, Midwest execution, just like that. What else do you guys hunt?
Deer.
Deer. Oh, I like. Do you bow hunt? Do you gun hunt?
Guns.
Guns, both. Okay. I like the tradition. You know, I like the tradition of the first week of the deer opener. Family and friends come together. Could be for the only time they see each other all year round. And then they proceed to get hammered, pass out in different deer stands the next morning, not shoot anything, drive home and hit 2 deer on their way. That's how it's done. And we wear these different coats for the different seasons. You know, for bow season, we wear a camo coat. For gun season, we wear a blaze orange coat. For muzzleloader season, we wear a red coat. And that was a history joke that I was hoping Boston could have. I like bow hunting. Bow season, if you're not aware, it's the time of the year where the deer really build up their neck muscles. You know, from watching my arrows go like... Hey there, Katniss. Supposed to aim at the heart, dumbass. I'm gonna give you one more shot before I mount your decoy. All right, Joel, let's buck, shall we? I went up to my Uncle Jack's hunting. Now, my Uncle Jack, he's from way up north, and he's one of them guys. He's an interesting fellow. First of all, he talks like this. He talks like, hey there, brother, how you doing? You're on there, you're on there. You beer one down there, I'll get your beer on. He talks like a didgeridoo. He talks like he's appropriating Australian culture. He talks like he's got a little Beetlejuice in his throat, trying not to drown in the hot tub of chewing tobacco. That's why my Uncle Jack talks like that. He chews and he smokes unfiltered cigarettes. I don't know. I mean, my aunt got him on the patch, and he loves the patch. He's like, you know, ever since I've been on that patch, I'll tell you what, every cigarette feels like I'm 12 years old again. So now he's just got to go up his arm, you know. He's going to die soon, but nice guy. Always wears the same thing. Pair of jeans, t-shirt tucked into the jeans, and it's a V-neck t-shirt. Except he did not purchase it as a V-neck t-shirt. He's just been digging it down to the grundle since the Packers won their last Super Bowl. And that's where V-necks come from. Interesting fella. Every time I show up there, he doesn't welcome me with the Midwest nice, hey, how are ya? No, first thing he always says to me, he gives me crap about living in Milwaukee. He's like, hey there, guys, still living down there in Milwaukee, you know, it's just a bunch of criminals down there in Milwaukee. My Jack, just a bunch of criminals down in Milwaukee? Dude, you literally have to blow in your car to start it. Like, you can't be talking about other people being criminals if you start your car the same way I start my Nintendo. Ask your parents. But Jack, he did give me a gift. He gave me a gift the last time I was up there. He gave me his homemade dough pea. I will explain it. I know, I'll explain. Dough pea, it is the pea of a horny lady deer. Yeah, to pee of a horny lady deer. Now look, how he made that at home, I don't know, but that was the last time I tried his bathtub gin, I can tell you that much. Alright, still some confused faces. Dopey, it's like perfume for the bucks. Bucks love the smell of horny lady deer pee, okay? They're kind of like the R. Kelly of the animal kingdom in that way. Oh, don't get mad. Read the news from 5 years ago. I did not make that up. All right. Speaking of news, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's that time. I think it's time we get to the news straight from the Midwest. Welcome to the New York Minute, the most trusted news show in all of the Midwest. We just beat out the Russians. This week's episode is brought to you by the In-N-Out Car Wash / Mechanic / Drive-Thru Liquor Store, where we don't just wash your car, we liquor clean. Let's get these headlines done real quick. 6-foot-long boa constrictor found in Iowa Target shopping cart. Just imagine what they found at the Walmart. It's also 6 foot long and it vibrates. Let's keep her moving. An Oscar Mayer Wienermobile rolls over. The hot doggers are okay. Which means we can make jokes like 5-second rule. Okay, keep her moving. Okay, there we go. A shocking video captures the moment. Falling tree narrowly misses. Poor sap. Folks, this is why it's not okay to drink on your bicycle. You see that? You got like 3 seconds before you can make a different decision. So how she goes, let's keep her moving. Wisconsin ranks last in nation for password security. Where are my Wisconsinites at? Alright, guys, you gotta change your passwords. Alright, this is not gonna cut it anymore. Yeah, I know. You gotta add an exclamation point. Okay? Let's keep her moving. Please seek person who threw cheese at someone's car. You did not throw your cheese at cars, guys. Save it for the strip club. Okay? That's a Kraft Singles joke. Let's keep her moving. DoorDasher chased by cows outside Whitewater. Yes, there is video. Yeah, I suppose that is a high-stakes situation, ladies and gentlemen. We got an Uber beef with Bessie in the bun. I'll tell you that right now. Let's keep her moving. 2:30 a.m., so you know this will be a winner. A caller reported an individual with a white Chicago Bears cap seen running up and down the street yelling, "The Packers still suck," in the parking lot of Gilligan's in Chautauqua. Oh yeah, let's hear it for Chautauqua. You guys have a lot of responsible drinkers up there. A deputy located the individual and the suspect insisted the officer call him the Turtle Whisperer. Officers apprehend the perpetrator, brought him back to his residence where his wife, a Packers fan, said she would handle the situation. This is my favorite part here. His wife explained, "This is what happens when he drinks the Tito's." And that is why you stick with the brown liquor, ladies and gentlemen. Berens, old-fashioned brandy. That is a plug. Let's keep her moving. Man arrested for OWI after mistaking Marshfield Police Station for a hotel. Well, at least you got a free night stay. Let's keep her moving. Someone stole the Hell Michigan sign again. Who is stealing all these signs in Michigan? I got one idea. I think that's what we call burn. Let's keep her moving. A warming climate could make Minnesota look more like Kansas. Where are my Minnesotans at? guys, we got to take the climate thing seriously. I don't think you want to look like Kansas. I don't think that's in your... Let's keep her moving. Oh, here's a humdinger from the city of Kenosha. Do you have a hole that needs to be filled? The city of Kenosha takes public safety very seriously, which is why we're excited to launch our new Show Us Your Hole public safety initiative. To participate, simply send us a picture of your hole, along with its location and the tagline, "Come fill my hole," and we will dispatch our crews to service your hole in a prompt and professional manner. Your satisfaction is our priority. I'd like to see AI do that. All right, folks, well, I hope this was the best minute of your life. As always, go Packers, and oh, God bless you all. All right, hey, I got a question. How many of you have been to Las Vegas? All right, if you haven't been, don't worry, I'll explain it to you. I'm not sure if this will work in this room, but we'll try. Las Vegas, it's kind of like the Wisconsin Dells started doing cocaine. It was, I went out there last, it was a few months ago, and I went out there, and I couldn't go out there cold. You know, there's too many gambling machines in Vegas, and I just so happened to be a degenerate gambler. I had to warm up at the Wisconsin casinos. So I called up my best casino friend, my Grandma Sue, and she called up her best friend, Lois Bentley, and she also brought along her roommate, my Aunt Mary. And on the way to the casino, I filmed our conversation, and I think you're gonna like it.
Hey, should we lock the door, or no?
We don't lock the door.
That's what I figured.
We got somebody coming and take care of the dog anyway.
Is the door open?
I don't know, you better not have locked it.
Anybody want a bear?
A pear? No. Yeah, I'll have a pear.
I took a bite, they are done.
Alright.
She has a boyfriend.
Mary's got a boyfriend?
Yeah, his name is Matt.
Shut up.
No,
Is he imaginary, or?
no, he's real.
Really, Mary? Where'd you meet Matt?
His name's cool.
How old is he?
43.
Ooh, are you a cradle robber, or is he a grave digger? Where'd you meet him? Online? Craigslist?
Yeah, but whatever.
How long have you been dating him, Mary?
No, you didn't. He's been in the house how many times?
Mary is
I'm not
late.
gonna look up
Yeah. So Mary, I heard you're also not waking up until 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Are we living a moral life? Got some money?
Yeah, he's loaded, Charlie.
Does he?
Did he give you something for the casino? You remember my oxygen tank?
God, Mary, are you serious? Oh, if Grandma starts losing oxygen, you're giving her CPR. Well, you should probably check, because you know what it looks like.
I do.
I mean, I know what it looks like too, but I think it'd be better if you got out of the car. So, Grandma, how long has she been dating him?
And every weekend he's there.
Every weekend?
Yeah, he comes every weekend. Mary, is it in the car?
Yep.
Oh, she remembers it.
Mary, have you gone to his house yet?
I'm not telling you.
I'm not gonna tell.
Lubricants for my nose. So
Nice little loop joke for the kids at home. Thanks, Lois. Appreciate that. You know, I can't take you
star. Walgreens trip was successful, right, Grandma?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Grandma Sue and Mary and Lubricant Lois. I'm glad you guys got to see that video because my Grandma Sue and me, we have a lot of fun. My Grandpa Bob passed away a few years ago, and ever since then, me and my Grandma Sue, we've become like best friends. I mean, best friends. And thank you, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I do have friends, okay, but my friends, they're all married and they have kids. But Grandma Sue likes to gamble and has handicapped parking, so that's the dock I'm tying this boat up to. Now the reason we go to the casino, we go for Grandma's health. You know, because she's got back pain, she's got joint pain, it's hard for her to get on the treadmill. But as soon as the doors to that casino open, da-ding, 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 she's like a pinball in a machine, all right? Now, I went there a few weeks ago, and I walk in the door, and Grandma Sue meets me at the front entrance, and she's got tears in her eyes. She goes, "Char, I lost all my money." I was like, "Grandma, it's been 4 minutes since I parked the car." I pulled out a $20 bill, but it came with a lecture. I said, "You cannot put this all in the Wheel of Fortune machine again. You can't trust that damn Pat Sajak, Grandma." I gave her the $20, she was gone. And I did not see her for hours. Hours. I'm not exaggerating, hours. I didn't know she was dead. I didn't know she was alive. I got so concerned, I almost left the blackjack table. But then I actually did have to lose the blackjack table, mostly because I lost. But I was looking around for my grandma. I couldn't find her. The guy working at the casino says, "Can I help you, sir?" I says, "Yeah, I can't find my grandma." He says, "Can you describe her?" I said, "Yeah, I can describe her. She's short, older lady. She's got white hair. She's got a walker. She's got a purse. She's got a gambling addiction." And the guy's just sitting there looking out over the whole casino. Like he's trying to pick out a moth in the porch lights. It's like, can you be more specific? Just then, Grandma Sue finds us. She goes, "Char, you'll never guess what? I won $1,800. That's why you light a candle in church." I was like, "That's great, Grandma. Can I have my $20 back?" She goes, "That was a gift." Come on. Like I said, we lost my Grandpa Bob a few years ago, and it was very tough for me because my Grandpa Bob, I tell you, he's the most Midwest guy I ever met. Ever. I remember when we were kids, we went up to their place in Fond du Lac after a tornado. All right, Fond du Lac's in the house. Nice. I will not call it Fond du Lac. But all of Fond du Lac's crap was in their yard. There was a grill from a Wilber and a Chevy. There was siding. There was roofing. There were these lawn chairs that blew in from the 80s. And I was like, "Grandpa, this is terrible." And he goes, "Terrible? Why go to Goodwill when Goodwill go to you?" Then we picked all that crap up and we moved it right into my grandpa's garage. And my grandpa's garage, oh my gosh, he had 2 of everything you never need in there. Cracked 5-gallon buckets, cane poles, empty cans of WD-40, C batteries for God's sake. Who has C batteries anymore? 2 of everything you never need. It was like Noah's Ark, except this was all the stuff God wanted to drown. And afterwards, Grandpa rewarded us with lunch. My grandpa's idea of lunch was a box of donuts in the middle of the table. But then he got up and he got us a little treat. He got us a cold stick of butter. And he proceeded to cut that cold stick of butter into tiles. And then he grabbed a donut from the box, he put it on his plate, and by plate I mean paper towel. And he proceeded to tile that donut like a bathroom floor. And then we watched him eat the whole damn thing. All of his grandkids just... We better enjoy every moment we got left with him. My grandpa Bobby served in Korea, but he served in Korea after the fighting was over. So his war story is a little different than your average war story. This was my grandpa Bob's war story.
Yeah, so I was a welder over there. So what I did is I took the two ends of the electric deal and I stuck it right in the water. Would you know it, them fish came floating right to the top. Them Koreans thought that was the coolest shit they ever seen. Electric sushi. But on my grandpa's flight back from Korea, there was so much turbulence that he never flew again. Never. And we were like, Grandpa, you can fly now. It is safe. Are you afraid of dying? He says, oh no, I'm not afraid of dying. When it's your time to go, the good Lord will take you. Because it's your time to go. But when it's the pilot's time to go, I'm not going to be in that goddamn airplane. We get so much wisdom from our grandparents. We do. That was on my dad's side. On my mom's side, it was my Grandpa Teachy and my Nana Fair. And my Grandpa Teachy, he was a devout Catholic. I remember the first time I went into church with him, I went for the holy water with my left hand. And he said, no, we use our right hand. So I drank the holy water with my right hand. And he passed away. And for 30 years, my Nana Fair lived by herself. And she was a badass woman. She drank Scotch whiskey with one stone, not two. And she never locked her door. She said, if any crooks are coming in here, they're going to leave the same way I drink my Scotch, with one stone, not two. So much wisdom. Let's hear it for our grandparents, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'll tell you one thing that's tough for me right now is I'm working a lot and I'm away from home. And I'm starting to realize that the home I grew up in, it's starting to change. And it's not changing for the better, I'll tell you that much. You know, I was over there a little while ago and my little sister Ellie was there, the princess. She was home visiting from college. And she walked up to my parents, she was getting ready to go to bed, and she said, good night, Mom and Dad, I love you. And my mom said, I love you, because she's weak. But then my dad also said, I love you. And I was like, what the hell is going on around here? I walked right up to my dad. I was like, don't you ever let me hear you talk like that again. Where did you learn that kind of language? Was it Mom? You know, she's a bad influence on you. I want you to stop hanging out with her right now. And don't get me wrong, I grew up being told I love you, mostly by my mom. My dad, he's like a lot of Midwest dads. He needed a special occasion to say I love you. You know, like a death or a near drowning, you know? He wasn't just throwing out I love yous all willy-nilly on a Tuesday night. I was so sad because I thought I had lost the dad that I had always known. But then there was a glimmer of hope. Glimmer of hope. My dad came over to help me do some drywall. And a couple weeks before that, he had gifted me this family heirloom table. He spent so much time refinishing the top of it. He gave it to me as a gift. But when I moved it into my place, I accidentally scratched the top of the table. Yeah, you know where this is going, okay? My dad walks in the door, checks the heat, gets pissed at me. Then he walks right over to the table. He does one of these numbers. Oh, you got it. Is that a scratch? You know, if you can't take care of this table, I am going to ratchet strap it to the back of the truck Because the dad I thought I had lost, he was there the whole time. Thank you. Thank you. It's like watching Michael Jordan lace up his sneakers again, you know? No, but it's tough being away from home. It is. You miss some big things. My sister, she had her first baby recently. Thank you. I'll tell her 14% of you clapped. But I was so upset because I missed the baptism. And I hate missing the baptism. And no, it's not just to see this beautiful girl enter the Catholic Church and see if she cries when she gets waterboarded. It's not just that. I miss the party after. You know, where people are eating those baby foot cookies and getting hammered on Bloody Marys. That is what I miss. Because it's in these moments that the real thoughts come out. And people start asking these new parents all these questions. And if you listen closely, the questions people ask new parents in the Midwest, the questions they ask you after you have your first baby are the exact same questions they ask you after you catch your first muskie. Oh yeah, what was the weight of that one, huh? How many inches was it? How long did it take you to pull her out of the drink? Is this your first one? You know, we were starting to wonder if you didn't know how to use your pole. My brother, he had his third child recently, and he had a boy and he had a girl. Okay, so for his third baby, he wanted to wait to figure out the sex when it came out the deal. And some medical terminology for that procedure. And here's how my brother revealed the sex of his third baby to the family. He sends a full frontal picture to the family text chain. I know. I was in a meeting, my phone goes off, I was like, oh my gosh, he had a boy. Oh my gosh, he had a boy. Jeez Louise, Bill. He is hung like a hamster, I get it. Congratulations. Wanted to be on the baby registry, not that one, dude. Alright, that was a bit of an exaggeration, okay? I do not want to be on the baby registry. I am so sick of all these registries, and here's where I start to lose some of you, okay? But hear me out. In my family, if you get engaged, you get a registry. If you get married, you get another registry. You have a baby, you get yet another registry. I'm like, you guys are getting engaged, you have good jobs, you're getting married, you're having babies. I think you have your lives together. When can we stop doing registries for people who have their lives together and start doing registries for all of us that don't have our lives together? Thank you. Thank you. Where are the I just got laid off registries? Where are the I got my truck repo registries? Where are the divorce registries? I have been divorced for several years. I have 3 samurai swords on my wall, but only 1 butter knife. Where is my registry? Forget the not.com. How's about the notdoingsohot.com? Sign me up for that. And I'll say this right now. It's very difficult being the only divorce guy in a big Catholic family. People treat you different. They do. They do. Like, we got this family vacation we go on every year. And we got this rule on family vacation. And that's that fiancés can come on family vacation, but they can't sleep in the same bed. No, because we are Catholic. And our favorite game to play is pretend. And oh, there are my Catholics. Nice to see you guys. Now, if you're mad about that joke, like my mom, don't worry. I did the same joke at a Catholic fundraiser in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Entire table of priests laughing their asses off. They were hammered, but that's beside the point. No, my dad called me up and he said, Maggie is bringing Brian on vacation this year and we don't have enough beds. And I was like, oh, that's fine, Dad. I will just sleep in a tent. And he said, that would be great. I was like, dude, are you kidding? Brian has been in this family, what, 2 years? I've been in this family since the late 80s, man. I got mesothelioma for this family. I am not sleeping in a tent. He said, I'll think about it. So there I was, sleeping in a tent. The only place I could put my tent was on a hill. And if you're a camper, you know you have to sleep with your head up the hill. So the entire night, I just had these dreams of being an Olympic loser, you know. It's awful. People treat you different. Like my brother, he needed a babysitter for his daughter. So he sends out a text message to the family, can anyone watch her tomorrow night? And nobody responded for hours. Hours. I was like, okay, apparently I'm the only one with Catholic guilt left in this family. So I said, I can do it, no problem. He responds immediately in front of the whole family, I'll think about it. I called him up. I was like, you had no reason to do that, man. He did have one reason to do that. I was watching my nephew, my other brother's kid, and my little nephew Oscar comes up to me and goes, Uncle Charlie, what do you do if you're scared of something? I said, oh, buddy, hey, if I'm scared of something, I just play a little game. I just think about something else that I'm more scared of than the thing I was originally scared of. It gets worse. Because then I gave him a real life example. I says to him, see, I was afraid that climate change was going to kill us all before our natural human lifespan. But then I remembered, AI robots are going to kill us first. What was it you were afraid of, pal? Nothing anymore. Great, let's go watch The Terminator, shall we? Now, eventually, my brother let me watch his daughter, all right? And I had to promise that I would not do any more philosophizing. So I didn't. I sat down and I was watching her play with her toys. And then I was like, you know what would be a good uncle move? If I wrote her a bedtime story. So I started writing her a bedtime story. And it had a great working title, World War III and Me. But then there was a knock on the door. And the knock was my mom. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing here? Did Andy tell you to come here? And she said, no. Yeah. That was a no with a yeah in parentheses, guys. My brother hired a babysitter for his babysitter. I was so embarrassed because if there's one person in this world I want to impress with my babysitting skills, it is my mom. Because she used to babysit me all the time growing up. I remember this one time my mom was watching me. I found my dad's old hockey helmet in the basement. And this thing was black and scuffed and dented. It looked like some gladiator worn to the Coliseum. And the smell of it smelled like some gladiator died in the Coliseum. But I didn't care because when I put that helmet on, I was a hockey player. And I was running around the basement, and my dad, he saw how much I loved hockey. He cut his college hockey stick in half, wrapped the top with duct tape, so now I could play with a tennis ball in the basement. But none of my siblings liked hockey. That was fine, though, because I had a best friend. His name was Jim. I just called him up. Jim! We didn't have phones back then. He looked over the fence. You get the idea. Jim came over. But Jim liked the fighters in hockey. So I remember the first time Jim threw down his gloves and he said, all right, Charlie, we're fighting now. I was like, hang on 1 second, Jimbo. I am going to go tell my mom on you. I will be right back. But I'll never forget what my mom told me in that moment. She said, Charlie, life is full of Jims. If I step in and save you now, how will you ever learn to save yourself? Now that was a tough lesson for a 5-year-old to learn. He was about to go get his ass beat, but I got down there and said, all right, Jimbo, we're fighting. What do you got? First time I had been hit, but I shook it off. I remembered the words of my mom. And I says, is that all you got, Jimbo? It wasn't. He proceeded to beat my ass for the next 5 minutes. But I was down on my knees, down on my luck. I didn't give up. As I stood up, I clenched a fist, and I got him with an uppercut, and I knocked him out on the basement floor. And my mom came running downstairs, and she looked at me, and she said, that's my boy. And it was at this moment I knew in my soul that my mom loved me unconditionally. Because Jim was imaginary. And that is 2 minutes you will never get back. Before I let you guys go, I want to know, is anyone from Sioux Falls, South Dakota? Good, this will work then. So I was in Sioux Falls recently, and I checked into the hotel. When I checked into the hotel, I got upgraded to a suite. All right, now I'm not